How long should SEO take? This is a question that I get quite often that doesn't have a simple answer, but I wanted to take some time today to put together a video to really express things that you can look out for from an SEO provider, or if you're doing it yourself, and some things that you can do to move the needle when it comes to SEO and what to expect. So for SEO, expectation and a timeline, typically you're going to need at least 90 days or 3 months to start seeing tangible results. Now, it could be sooner to this. It could be as soon as the first 30 days, 60, but typically 90 days is when you should start to see the needle move in the direction that you want it to move, right? In most cases, the goals that you're outlining typically are going to fall between the 6 to 8 month range in SEO. Now, the variables at play when it comes to SEO, there are many, but some of the big ones are your location, right? So how many competitors do you have in the market that are well ahead of you, who have perhaps already invested into SEO, or maybe they have more reviews or they have more social proof, or a lot of the things built out that you'll need that you don't quite have yet. All those things are a factor when it comes to how long this will take, right? Because look at it this way, if you're in an area that doesn't have much competition, you're going to move pretty fast when you start to put those things in place, because you're going to be one of the only ones who's given the Google the information that they need to start putting you into places that you want to be. All right. Whereas on the other side, if you're in a market that is extremely competitive and you've got 15 competitors who have already given Google everything that they need in regards to ranking for the keywords that you're looking to rank for, it's going to be a lot harder for you, and it's going to take more time because you have more competition. Okay. So that's why a timeline is not as simple as saying, hey, in 2 months or in 6 months or in 4 months, expect everything to be working for you, because it really varies based on what I just said. Now, if you're working with a company you're looking to do so, there's a few things that you should look out for. One of the issues with SEO is that it's very easy for companies to come along, say that they're doing SEO, not really provide a whole lot of work, and now you're waiting, you're paying, you're being patient, and 6 months later, you don't have anything to show for it. So to protect yourself against that, you really should be communicating with the company you're working with pretty consistently to find out what they're doing. Have them show you physically some of the things that they've done for you to move the needle. They should be sending you reports. They should be communicating about your movement so far and what they're seeing. You should have a detailed outline on what you're looking to accomplish together, so that you both have an idea of what you're looking to do, so that when you set goals, you can then say, hey, we had set these goals 3 months ago or 6 months ago. Here's where we stand now. There's a lot of things that you should be communicating between each other, because what I've found the most is that some people that I've spoken to who have done SEO in the past, usually that communication wasn't there, and they paid for SEO and they don't really know what that company was doing. All right. So if you're going to pay for a level of service like this, you should know what they're providing you. They should be sending you reports. They should be talking to you about what they're doing for you and your business to help move you forward. That's going to be the main key in all of this, because everything is so different, and that will protect you from working with someone who might not be putting your business in the position it should be. You'll start to notice when you communicate with them that either they're not mentioning some of the things that are happening behind the scenes, or perhaps they're just not very vocal at all with you about what's going on. That's probably going to be a red flag. There might not be the amount of work that's needed on the back end to help you reach your goals. So you should communicate pretty consistently when it comes to that, at least once a month, depending on your position, some of you even bi-weekly. You don't necessarily need bi-weekly reports. I think monthly reports are sustainable and probably best when it comes to SEO, but you're going to still communicate bi-weekly on what kind of work is being done and what the game plan is to position you in the spot that you're looking to reach. Another thing I have found is, quite frankly, most people don't really know even what their set goal is. They haven't even set one, nor are they tracking what's happening. So this is another issue. If you don't have a vision for what you want to accomplish with you and that company, they don't have one either. So they should either be putting one together with you. You should at least be communicating what the expectation is on both sides. What do they need from you and what do they need from you? Because it comes down to what, the things that you need from them, you should be vocal about, and the things that they need from you, they should be vocal about. That communication should be there, because there's going to be some things that they might need from you that you're not supplying right now. So for instance, if they're doing posting on your Google business profile, they would probably want photos, right? So they should be communicating that with you, getting photos. There's a lot of different things that go into it depending on what their strategy is, but you should have the communication on what both sides need from each other and what the expectation is. Other than that, it really comes down to being, as always, I feel like I'm a broken record at this, but being consistent. Make sure that you have a deep understanding of what they're providing you and there's a trust built there. Because if you don't feel like you trust that they're doing the work that they should be doing, then you are going to possibly waste time on paying them for 6 to 8 months without any tangible results. So if there are red flags, you should probably raise them as soon as possible. That way you're not wasting your time and you're not paying for a service that's not really providing anything for you. On our end, communication is really key for us. We feel like we want to communicate with our people as often as possible. We set either bi-weekly or monthly calls, depending on their preference, because they should know, hey, this is what we have planned for the month of April. This is what we have planned for May. They should have a feel of what's happening behind the scenes so that they can feel confident in us that we are doing everything in our power to put them in the position that they're looking to be in. All right. And this is something that you can do yourself. I've said this before. You can do SEO yourself. And there's some people who are like, I'll never pay anybody to do SEO. I can do it myself. You definitely can. It is time consuming. You will have to put some things together and stay consistent. But some of you have that time on your hands or are able to do so. If that's the case, simply do your research, dive very deeply in what it takes to put your business in the right spots and do that. Have the same expectation as I mentioned. It's not something that for most of you is going to be instant, but continuously do those things, put yourself in a position to succeed. But this is something I wanted to answer for you guys because I get this question a lot. So I hope this helps. I would say usually, at least 90 days, unless you're in a market with very little competition. If you're in a very competitive market, then I would expect anything from typically 6 to 12 months, depending on how competitive that market is and the scope of work that is being done to help you position yourself in the position you're looking to accomplish. So, hope this helps you guys. Thanks for watching.